Awesome. So, hey everyone, thanks again for joining our event today. So, welcome to Codementor Events. My name is Maggie, and it's really great to have you all here with us. And I'm really excited to be here with our speaker, Anita, a microbiologist turned front-end developer and developer advocate, to learn more about her journey into tech. My colleagues Joyce, Darren, and Jen will also be moderating in the chat throughout the event. So if you have any questions, please type them directly in the chat. So before we begin, please make sure that you've muted yourself, and to make sure that the event feels lively and fun, I would also encourage you to turn your camera on. So I think we started off by asking a lot of audience about where you're from. So I see we have a lot of people from the UK, the US, Taiwan, and India, and all over the world. So that's great. So to begin, Anita will be talking a little bit more about her journey into the tech industry without getting a computer science degree. And we'll be ending with a live Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to add them in the chat, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. Anita, the stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you, Maggie. Hello, everyone. It's good to be here today. Let me start sharing my screen. All right. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, my name is Anita Ihuman, and I'm joining this call from Nigeria. Today, I'll be speaking on the topic, getting into tech without a computer science degree. And during this section, I'm going to be giving you a bit about how I got into tech without a computer science degree as a microbiologist, and how I was able to manage that, and how you can also get started on your end if you haven't already, and also if you have, or you have a current job and you want to migrate or transition into tech, you can also learn that during this session, and how you can finally excel in this space once you get in, and useful resources to help you dive in on your journey. All right, so it's not going to take long, but well, let's get to it. Okay. So a little bit about me. My name is Anita Ihuman. I'm a software developer and a developer advocate at Kibano, policy engine for Kubernetes, and I'm a technical writer. I advocate for open source as well. I think that's what got me to where I am right now. So I think I'll take open source to the top. I always do that. And I also love cats. So that's just a summary of what I am, or who I am generally. And to get started, I'll tell you a little bit about how I got here. But before then, let's do a little bit of disclaimer. A lot of persons say it's not possible to get into this ecosystem, into the tech ecosystem, without a computer science degree. And actually, a few years back, it was so much of a big deal, because whenever you see a job description, it's boldly written there that you need a computer science degree and 5 years experience to actually land a job. But I think over time, employers have started realizing that it's not about the certificate or how many A's he got during his time in school, but then it's about how much experience the person has over time. So you can land a 6-figure job without a computer science degree. I'm not saying that having a computer science degree is utterly useless. I'm not saying that. You can do so much if you have one already, but then if you don't, you can still achieve so much. And in fact, so many persons who are actually at the peak of their careers right now don't have this degree, but they're doing really, really great and they're happy. And you can also do that. So a CS degree to me is just it's not a primary requirement to get started with your career in tech. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let me tell you a little bit of how I got to my journey right now. So I'm a microbiologist by degree. Yes, I didn't like it per se. I mean, I like the idea of microorganisms and all of that, but I didn't see it as a career for myself to venture into and stick with it for a lifetime. I mean, I never imagined myself spending my entire days in the lab handling microorganisms. It's an awesome career, but I didn't see it as something I could do. And fortunately and unfortunately, in my final year, I had a lot of missing scripts. So I had to repeat the year. And that was the worst section, or the worst period of my life, I would say. I mean, I felt down. I felt like the world wasn't working with me, or nothing was working in my favor. And at that point, I was like, okay, in as much as I hated microbiology, I really didn't get my degree on time, or I have to spend an extra year with that. And so, what am I going to do with my life at this point? And it was the same period when we had the COVID-19 lockdown, and it worked in my favor at that point because I always knew I wanted to try other things. I always knew I wanted to go into other things and just explore, because yes, the world is my oyster. I can do whatever I want. I don't know how long I'm going to be alive, so I have to keep exploring until I'm tired of exploring. Yeah. Then I had friends who were also microbiologists at the time, but they're into tech and they were really cool, I must admit. I always envied them. They had such smart gadgets. They would bring their computers to class and they're doing so many cool things, attending conferences, speaking at conferences, writing articles. I always envied that, low key, but then I got to know them better and they were like, okay, I could do this too. And I doubted it at first, but now I told myself, okay, since we're on lockdown and my degree isn't going so well, I probably want to just try this.